The Golden Dome.
The universe presents constant challenges. Here on Earth, humanity devises new ways to protect itself. One such innovation is the Golden Dome. This is a proposed missile defense system. US President Donald Trump announced it on the 20th of May 2025. Its purpose is quite grand. It aims to shield the United States from a wide array of incoming missile threats. Think of it as an ambitious attempt to create a comprehensive protective bubble. This system represents a significant step in defensive technology, a new chapter in a long story of seeking security in an uncertain world. The very name, Golden Dome, evokes a sense of comprehensive protection, a robust barrier against dangers from above. The threats this system seeks to counter are varied and sophisticated. We are talking about ballistic missiles, which travel in high arcs. There are also cruise missiles, which fly low and can hug the terrain. Hypersonic missiles, moving at incredible speeds, present a new level of difficulty. The Golden Dome also intends to address space-launched missiles. This includes dangers like electromagnetic pulses, EMPs, from nuclear detonations high in the atmosphere. Another concern is fractional orbital bombardment systems, or FOBs. These are complex threats that existing systems might struggle with. The sheer diversity of these potential attacks underscores the evolving nature of modern warfare and the technological race it fuels. The primary drivers for developing such a system are nations with advanced missile capabilities. Countries like China and Russia are frequently mentioned. North Korea and Iran also possess missile programs that cause concern for international security. These nations are continuously developing more advanced technologies. This includes hypersonic missiles, which are particularly challenging to intercept due to their speed and maneuverability. Existing US missile defense systems were primarily designed to counter threats like intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, from countries with smaller arsenals, such as North Korea. The Golden Dome, however, is specifically aimed at the advanced capabilities being developed by major powers like Russia and China, reflecting a shift in strategic focus. The Pentagon, the heart of the US military establishment, has highlighted this pressing need. They stress the necessity for updated countermeasures. The world is seeing advanced missile threats proliferate at an alarming rate. Therefore, a system like the Golden Dome is seen not just as an upgrade, but as a fundamental requirement to maintain national security. It is about adapting to a changing strategic landscape. The goal is to ensure that defensive capabilities keep pace with offensive advancements. This proactive stance is deemed essential to deter potential aggressors and protect the nation from devastating attacks. The strategic importance cannot be overstated in this current global climate.
Ambitions and realities.
The financial commitment for such a cosmic shield is, as you might expect, substantial. President Trump initially estimated the total cost of the Golden Dome project at approximately $175 billion. To kickstart this monumental undertaking, an initial sum of $25 billion has reportedly been allocated or earmarked. This initial funding represents a significant slice, about 2.5%, of President Trump's proposed $1 trillion defense budget for the year 2026. However, these figures are not without scrutiny. The Congressional Budget Office, CBO, has presented a far higher estimate, suggesting that the space-based components alone could cost around $542 billion over a 20-year period. Such discrepancies highlight the financial complexities involved. The timeline for making this ambitious vision a reality is equally bold. President Trump has expressed an expectation for the Golden Dome system to be fully operational by the end of his presidential term in 2029. An even more optimistic claim suggests it could be operational within just 3 years of its announcement in May 2025, meaning by 2028. Many experts in the field view such a rapid deployment schedule as highly aggressive. While they acknowledge that significant progress might be possible with unwavering commitment and resources, the full deployment of such a complex, multi-layered system is widely expected to take considerably longer than a few short years. History teaches us that large-scale technological projects often encounter unforeseen delays. The design of the Golden Dome is intricate, reflecting the complexity of the threats it aims to nullify. It is conceived as a multi-layered defense. This means it will have components operating across different domains: land, sea, and even space. The architecture will feature both ground-based and space-based sensors to detect incoming threats. Similarly, interceptor missiles will be deployed from ground installations and potentially from space platforms. The system aims to detect and intercept hostile missiles at 4 distinct stages of their flight: the pre-launch phase, targeting missiles before they even lift off; the early flight or boost phase; the mid-course phase, as they travel through space; and finally, the terminal phase, as they approach their target. A particularly noteworthy aspect of the Golden Dome's design is its plan to deploy US weapons in space. This would mark a significant first for American military strategy and capabilities. The system will not be built from scratch entirely. It intends to build upon and integrate with existing US missile defense systems, enhancing their overall effectiveness. The ultimate goal is to create a shield capable of intercepting missiles launched from virtually anywhere on the globe, those originating from or transiting through space. Looking further into the future, there are plans for later iterations of the Golden Dome to incorporate advanced directed energy weapons, such as high-energy lasers and high-power microwave systems, for even greater defensive power.
Alliances, opinions, and anxieties.
The development of the Golden Dome is not solely a US domestic affair, it has international dimensions. Notably, Canada is reported to be in high-level discussions with the United States about potentially joining the Golden Dome system. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney has confirmed these ongoing talks. He has emphasized the critical need for robust protective measures for Canadian citizens, noting the potential for missile threats to reach Canada in the near future. This potential collaboration builds upon the long-standing defense partnership between the two nations, most prominently through the North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD. These discussions occur even amid sometimes strained diplomatic relations, highlighting the shared security concerns. Expert opinions on the Golden Dome project are diverse, reflecting the multifaceted nature of the initiative. William Fortune, for instance, underscores the system's necessity by pointing to the catastrophic impact an electromagnetic pulse, EMP, attack could have on modern society. Patricia Bazalchik, another expert, highlights the strategic imperative to reorient US missile defense capabilities towards great power competitors like Russia and China. She also notes the immense complexity involved in integrating the various technological components into a cohesive and effective system. Meanwhile, some aerospace engineers concede that while the proposed timeline is indeed aggressive, it also reflects the genuine urgency of the perceived threat environment, adding that some foundational infrastructure and capabilities are already under development. However, the path to realizing the Golden Dome is fraught with significant challenges and concerns. The sheer logistical complexity of integrating numerous disparate systems and advanced technologies is a monumental task. It will require a highly sophisticated command and control system, a critical component that, according to some reports, does not currently exist in the required form. Furthermore, the pressure for rapid development, driven by ambitious timelines, could inadvertently lead to inflated costs, increased technical risks, and a higher probability of failures or setbacks along the way. These are common pitfalls in large-scale defense procurement programs that demand careful management and realistic expectations from all stakeholders involved. Dr. Stacey Pettyjohn, a respected voice in defense analysis, has expressed skepticism regarding both the feasibility of President Trump's timeline and his cost estimates. She has also criticized the perceived inadequacy of current US missile defense systems when faced with the prospect of large, sophisticated arsenals from major powers. Beyond the technical and financial hurdles, there are profound geopolitical concerns. Critics fear that the deployment of such a powerful and expansive defense system could inadvertently spark a new arms race. Adversaries might feel compelled to develop even more advanced offensive weapons or countermeasures to overcome the Golden Dome, potentially destabilizing the international security landscape. China, for example, has already warned that the plan increases the risk of space becoming a new battlefield.
context, deterrence, and the future of defense.
When discussing advanced missile defense, a common point of comparison is Israel's Iron Dome system. The Golden Dome project is, in part, inspired by the success of the Iron Dome in protecting Israeli population centers from short-range rocket attacks. However, it is crucial to understand the significant differences in scale and scope. While the Iron Dome is designed for a relatively small geographical area and primarily counters less sophisticated, shorter-range threats, the Golden Dome aims for continental-scale protection. It is being developed to defend against a much broader spectrum of far more complex, longer-range missiles, including those capable of intercontinental flight and hypersonic speeds, making it a vastly more ambitious undertaking. The experience with systems like Israel's Iron Dome also provides valuable lessons. While highly effective and having achieved remarkable interception rates, the Iron Dome is not infallible. It is not a 100% impenetrable shield. It has on occasion been challenged and even overwhelmed by mass saturation attacks, where a large number of projectiles are launched simultaneously. This reality underscores the immense challenge faced by the Golden Dome, which must aspire to an even higher level of reliability against potentially more numerous and sophisticated threats. The sheer scale of coverage required for the continental United States compared to Israel further amplifies the technological and logistical hurdles that must be overcome to achieve its defensive objectives. The strategic importance of a system like the Golden Dome, should it prove successful, is profound. One of its primary objectives is to achieve a high level of deterrence. The thinking is that if potential adversaries believe their missiles are highly unlikely to reach their targets, they will be far less inclined to launch an attack in the first place. This contributes to strategic stability by reducing the perceived benefits of a first strike. Alongside deterrence, the system aims for an exceptionally high probability of interception for any missiles that are launched. While achieving 100% protection against all possible attack scenarios is an incredibly difficult, perhaps even an unachievable goal, striving for near-perfect defense remains a central tenet of the program. In conclusion, the Golden Dome represents a monumental effort to redefine national security in an age of rapidly advancing missile technology. It reflects a significant shift in US defense posture, a direct response to the evolving capabilities of potential global adversaries. The system's development is driven by the desire to maintain a credible deterrent and to protect the nation from the most devastating forms of attack. However, its path is laden with considerable challenges, from staggering costs and ambitious timelines to complex technical integrations and serious geopolitical concerns about arms races. The journey of the Golden Dome will undoubtedly be closely watched by the entire world as it seeks to forge a new shield for an uncertain future.
Please subscribe the channel for informative videos.